first graders, happy Wednesday. We're going to be working on our math today, page 301 and 302. So we're going to start with kind of a new concept. We did talk about it yesterday when we were doing our sandwiches, but we're going to learn about our tally marks. So for number 1, it's just asking us how many tally marks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we count this line that goes diagonally as 5, 6, and 7 there. So when we look at this, we can automatically see that that is a group of 5 because the tally mark kind of links all of them together, the one that goes diagonal. So we know that that's a group of 5. If we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know that there's 7 tally marks there. And we know that that's a group of 5, so we could automatically just go 5, 6, 7. So if we look at this one here, we can see that there's 2 groups of 5, and we could say that 5 plus 5 equals, that's right, 10. And if we count them up, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, the diagonal one counts as 1, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 that goes this way. So if we move on to the next one here, we can see that there's one group of 5, there's one group of 5, and this one doesn't have a line that goes across all of them. So this is just 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we could say we have 5 and 5, which we know from here is 10, plus 1, 2, 3, and 4, which gives us, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And let's look at this one here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. The line that goes across makes that group of 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then for the next part, number 2, it just asks us to draw tally marks for these numbers. So 5 tally marks. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then remember our 5th one goes diagonally across and it groups them all together. So that would be 5. And this one here, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, 5 goes across, 5, 6, and 7. So after we have the 5, it kind of closes off that group. Then we have to start a new group here with these 2. So 5, 6, and 7. Now if we did 13 tally marks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our 5 goes across, 6, 7, 8, 9, and our 10, so our second group of 5 has to, the 10th line has to go across there, so that creates one group of 5, 2 groups of 5, and so we know we have 5 and 10, and we need 11, 12, and 13. And for 15 here, how many groups of 5 are we going to need? Well, let's see. We count out 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, 5 goes across. Then we'll start new. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10 will go across. Then we'll have 11, 12, 13, 14. And then our 15th line here will go across these. So we can see we have 1, 2, 3 groups of 5. So we know that 5 plus 5 plus 5 is going to give us 15. And if we move on to the next part, number 3, it just asks us to set the clock for 7:35. So we know that we have to get our hour hand on 7. So we'll have to move that there. Okay, so it's right on the 7 there. And we want 7:35. So we're going to have to count out to see where 35 minutes is. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So you can see that when we moved our minute hand, our hour hand went right between the middle of 7 and 8. And our minute hand is right across the 7 at 35 minutes. So this is what your clock should look like. And don't forget just to make your hour hand a little bit shorter than the minute hand here. And on number 4, it's asking you to write the answers of combinations. You guys can do that. And number 5, it says how many cents. So if we look at our money that we have here, we have, it says 3/4, and we all know a quarter is worth, that's right, 25 cents. And it gives us a nickel worth, that's right, 5 cents. And a dime that's worth, that's right, 10 cents. And then it kind of throws us off. It gives us another nickel. So we know that that's worth 5 cents. And then our penny for just 1 cent. So if we count them all up here, let's see what we have. 1/4 is 25. And another quarter, that's right, 50. And 3/4 gives us 75. And then if we add our 5 cents for our nickel, we have 80. Then it gives us a 10 cents for our dime. Now we have 90. Another 5 cents, then we have 95. And last but not least, our penny. So we have 96 cents here with our 3/4, our dime, 2 nickels, and a penny. All right, and then on the very bottom of that page, it says mark under the dot under the correct answer. So it's just asking us to go back to our fractions. And if we look here, it says 1/2 of 16. So they want to know so we have to split our 16 into 2 groups here, but what is one of those 2 groups worth? We just have one out of them. So here's our 16 dots. If we just draw a line right down the center, now we've split it into 2 groups. So what is one of those 2 groups worth? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that there's 8 dots on this side. So 1 out of 2, so 1/2 of 16 equals 8. So you'll mark under the bubble in the middle there for 8. And if we look at the next one, 1/2 of 12 equals what? So we want to know if we split 12 into 2 groups, what is one of those groups equal? So let's draw our line right down the middle of our stars. And we have 12 stars here. So what is one group worth? 1/2 of 12. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that 1/2 of 12 equals 6. So you will just mark the bubble on the, let's see, on the right side here for 6, right under 6. And the next one, 1/2 of 18. So if we split 18 into 2 groups, what is one of those groups equal? And here we have 18 smiley faces. And let's just split that all the way down. All right, perfect. So what is one of these 2 groups equal? What is 1/2? Well, let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we can see that 1/2 of 18 equals 9. So just fill in the bubble there to show 9. And on your next page, maybe. Okay, it's just asking us to draw the tally marks to show the combinations and write the sums. So we'll do a couple here together. So the first one it gives you, it does it for you. You can see it's 5 plus 8, and they've already given you 5 tally marks. And then the bottom, they've given you 8 tally marks there. So let's put the next one here, 7 plus 6. So we know that we're going to have to draw 7 tally marks. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember 5 goes across, 5, 6, and 7. And let's see, 6 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, and 6. So right now, if we wanted to add them up, we would go 5, and here's our other group of 5, so that makes 10, 11, 12, 13. So you can add by the groups of 5 that you see and then come back and count the singles. And let's look at this one here. So it's 0 plus 13. So in this box here, we don't have to write any tally marks. But on this one, we're going to have to draw 13 tally marks. So we'll start 1, 2, 3, 4. We know 5 will go across. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then our line for 10 will go across. That creates our second bundle of 5. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13. And so let's add it down. So we know that 0 plus 3 is going to give us 3. And 1 is just going to come down. So 13. So 0 plus 13 is 13. And we have 13 tally marks to show for that. And then there's a few more to do on your own. Number 2, which is asking you to write the sums, and it gives you a little box if you need to carry your ones place over to the tens place. Okay, and on the bottom part here, number 3, it's just asking us to write the greater than or less than symbol. And remember, we draw the arrow open to whatever is larger. So for the first one, we have 1 inch and 1 foot. So we know that 1 inch is just this much here, and 1 foot goes from this side all the way to this side. It has 12 inches. So 1 inch, 1 foot. How are we going to write our less than or greater than? We need to know which one is bigger. So 1 inch or 1 foot, which is 12 inches. And for the next one here, 1 pint and 1 quart. So I'll show you. I have 1 pint here and I have 1 quart here. So which one is more? Which one are you going to draw the arrow to? And the next one here, I have 1 yard and 1 foot. Let's see. 1 yard on this side, 1 foot on this side. So which one is bigger? Is it 1 yard or 1 foot? Oh, 1 yard or 1 foot. So your yardstick is 3 feet, and this is just 1 foot. And on the other side there, we have 1/2 dozen or 1 dozen. So this is a full dozen, and if we were to just want 1/2, we would cover the half here. So we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know that 12 eggs is 1 full dozen. If we just had 1/2 of a dozen, we would cover up 1/2 of it, and we know that there's just 6. So what is bigger, the 1/2 or the 1/2 of a dozen or 1 full dozen? And for the next one, we have 1 ounce and 1 pound. And remember, when we were in class, we were looking at the spoons. So we have 1 ounce or 1 pound. So 1 spoon or those 16 spoons that we had. And the very last one, 1 month and 1 week. So we know that 1 month has either 30, 31 days, something like that, and 1 week has just 7 days. So what's bigger, 1 full month or 1 week? All right, and that is all for your math today, and I will see you guys later.